this season has become a failure for the Lakers. Going all in, getting Luka Doncic at the deadline. Hey, everything looks wonderful. We have a big three. We're feeling really, really good. And then what do you see? A lack of urgency from the team from time to time throughout the regular season and in the playoffs. And you saw a lack of urgency to start the game for the Lakers when the T-Wolves got out to a big start, when this should have been the Lakers out 11-2, because that's what happens in Game 5s at home when teams with pride say enough is enough, we're sending this thing back for Game 6. Instead, it was the Lakers trying to feel their way into the game. They never really took control. They led by a point. They led by a couple of points once, and that was it. And the T-Wolves can win this game where they shoot 7 for 47 from three-point range. And TJ, clearly 747, not the flight the Lakers want to be on. Anthony Edwards is 0 for 11 from three-point range. 7 for 47 from behind the arc for the game. And still, it's not like the T-Wolves win on a buzzer beater. They win making their free throws down the stretch, and they walk off into the next round of the playoffs 103-96. And this season has gone in a week. It's gone from potential and look at how great we're going to be for the next 5-7 years, and it's become a failure because you can't cut it any other way. That's what this is now for LA.
Absolutely pathetic to go out this way. You look at the fourth quarter, Magic was at it again. -6 today. For the series, Jason Smith, -42. -42. Out rebounding. Look at the Rudy Gobert stat line tonight.
Yeah.
27
we'll get to Rudy Gobert.
and 24. We'll get to him.
We'll get to the legacy game for Rudy Gobert.
But in full, they gave up 18 offensive rebounds to the Timberwolves tonight. They were out-rebounded by 17. All right, turnovers, a bunch of other stuff kind of goes in play. You brought up the woeful shooting from three-point range. T-Wolves also missed 9 free throws. Like, they did everything they could.
They didn't play
to
great.
give you an opportunity to
great.
come and take this game, which the Lakers, at least for a moment, looked like they were going to. Started to flow a little bit. You actually got some substitutions in there, part of it because of some health concerns. Luka left for a minute. LeBron left for a minute and then came back and was spry and whatever. But all told, the fourth quarter is just a tale of misery. We talk about horror movies and going to see horror movies all the time. Just clip together all the fourth quarters. I want to do a Clockwork Orange with J.J. Redick. Tape his eyes open and say, watch this crap with me.
The Wolves win this game, and they play badly. Their bench, okay, their entire bench, 7 for 28 from the floor. Their entire bench. And they played, DiVincenzo played 32 minutes. Reed played 21 minutes. Alexander Walker played 25 minutes.
They chucked up 21 three-pointers between them. DiVincenzo and Alexander Walker.
You don't win a game like this. This is a game where, okay, we go back and try to close them out. And that's why this is such an abject failure for the Lakers. This should be a game they should have just walked in and won. And they tried to walk in and win instead of playing without a big sense of urgency to begin with. I watched them play and I just said, they are so far from being the top of the Western Conference. They are so far. This is not where, next year with more time for Luka and LeBron. Luka and LeBron had a pretty good partnership from the beginning. There was not a lot of buying in and figuring things out and figuring out the offense and figuring out who's going to play where. Luka was Luka pretty much right away. LeBron had been terrific. And look at where they are now, bounced in the first round of the playoffs by a younger, more athletic Timberwolves team that, again, wins when they play absolutely craptastic.
Well, here you have a good game from Rui Hachimura. 39 minutes played. He goes 9 of 16, 5 of 8 from 3. But defensively, he had so many lapses, so many easy putback situations. Again, owing to the offensive glass. It was a lot of tap outs back to the three-point shooters. Not that they necessarily hit the next one, but extended possessions, extended heavy minutes of rotation and chasing. Because one thing the Wolves did well and doesn't show up in the box score is they move the ball around well. So you had the Lakers chasing. So we always joked about weary minutes back in the day. Remember Rick Bucher coining the LeBron minutes phase of how many seconds can you steal in a possession where you're standing flat-footed? They tried. They could not do that against this Timberwolves squad tonight. Kept them moving, and it got ugly. I mean, they only gave up 44 points in the second half, right? Shooting percentage was abysmal, and they left the door wide open after taking a 10-point lead into halftime. for the Lakers to come get it. And even with Luka and even with LeBron, and I know we're going to hear a lot of the, DiVincenzo, you ran into him here, he hit him here. You still played, right? It's like the Luka sick game the other day. You still played, okay? I can only excuse it so much. If you're that bad off, sit down. Someone else in your rotation has to take up some of those shots and minutes, and if they can't, you have a flawed roster. So congratulations, Rob Pelinka, on your contract extension. JJ Redick, congratulations on a job done. Get back to work.
We'll hear from Redick coming up in a few minutes, about to hit the podium to meet the media. Maybe he's going to insult people. Maybe he's going to insult me. Maybe he insults the guy he insulted before the game. We'll see.
Should I tweet out from the Jason Smith, what was it, 168498?
Jason Smith, 16498. Hey, boy, do you think you should have played all your guys, all 48 minutes, all your starters? Do you think that would have worked?
Would that have helped?
I'm sorry, did I get kicked out of the press
conference? I mean, you only got 4 points from your bench. 4 points from your bench in the combined, 50 minutes played.
Let's talk about two people now. One person who is right and one person who is having a party. Okay, let's deal with who is right first.
Me.
Okay? No. You're neither right nor having a party. Unless you have a party. That'd be great.
I might have a party.
I have a party.
You don't know.
The guy who turned out to be right, and this is it's one of those things where I'm going to say it, and a Laker fan here, they're going to want to take a swing at me. Maybe Anthony Davis was right, and the Lakers needed a center.
Well,
maybe he was right.
That's why we're getting Giannis.
Maybe,
exactly.
We did see a lot of the anger flowing, particularly in this game.
Last time I checked, Giannis is a center, right?
Yeah. You need something, because this was a game where the entire Minnesota Timberwolves team, again, we told you how bad they played, except for their bigs, right? Mm-hmm. Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle, the only ones that had big games. Like, you had Anthony Edwards had a nice stat line night, but he shot 5 and 19, 0 for 11 from three-point range. But you had the Rudy Gobert game, 27 points and 24 rebounds, right? Julius Randle, 23, 5 and 4. We've seen him have nights like this all the time. But 27 and 24 for Rudy Gobert, who goes 12 and 10, right? Rudy Gobert goes 12 and 10. So maybe AD was right. He was, hey, you know what? We kind of need a center, because the Lakers don't have size, and Rudy Gobert eliminates the Lakers.
He looked like a giant tonight. They look like Andre the Giant running around in a battle royale.
I mean, look, this is Rudy Gobert from 5 years ago. I mean, the Lakers had no answer. I mean, when you have no answer for Rudy Gobert, where are you really at? Right? When we talk about the combination of the roster where Gobert is the guy that sends you home, a lack of intensity, a lack of sense of urgency to start the game tonight, and also lack of urgency in other games throughout the series, throughout the regular season and the playoffs. Like, you're checking all these boxes that, wow, the Lakers need a lot. I know it looks like, hey, with Luka and LeBron and Austin Reeves, and look, I'll admit, I'm the first guy saying they figured this out. This is the playoffs where things get going, and this is where LeBron steps up, and he says, okay, I take the lead role from Luka a little bit because this is my time now. It's the playoffs. And instead, they're home in 5 games, in a game where they go home where the T-Wolves play this kind of game.
Miles Finch had all those ideas in that notebook.
Miles Finch.
That notebook was key.
Peaches are vulnerable. That's why it's about peaches. They're vulnerable.
But talk about the interior of the Lakers defense being vulnerable on every possession tonight.
I think we should take a $30,000 bath on these books, but the children love the books. Now, the guy who is the happiest, who is having a party right now, I guarantee you,
Scott Shapiro?
Our Wolves are the best.
Yes, our boss Scott Shapiro having a party. But the biggest party, and I mean one of those, hey, New Year's Eve rocking with Dick Clark and Ryan Seacrest type thing. Who's having that kind of party? Who's having that party? Nico Harrison.
Oh, yeah.
The Nico Harrison party is off the hook. I told you. Luka has no stamina. I told you defensively. Luka, you have to hide him. He can't help you. Look at what happens. This is what happens, Larry. And right now he's calling everybody going, hey, come on over to my party. Look, I'm right after all. They won as many rounds in the playoffs as we did. I was right. Come on over to my party, Tim McMahon. Come on, man. Come on. Let's go hang out. Let's go have fun. Oh, see, I was right. I'm available for all kinds of interviews tomorrow. Call me. I will be answering my phone. It's from 6 a.m. a.m., all the crazy morning shows. I'll talk to Desperate Dave in the morning and Eddie. I'll talk to guys in Helena, Montana. I'll talk to guys in Sioux Falls. Whoever you call me, I am ready for my interview. That's Nico Harrison.
Well, what is funny is go back to the day of the trade. We were talking about it from the long term of Luka, whether he's going to sign there or not. I mean, it's $100 million that you cost the guy. I think he would have signed a Supermax. All of those things. You've now alienated Dirk Nowitzki. But from a basketball perspective, I would have liked to see that iteration of what the Mavericks had assembled. We never got to see that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Between AD getting hurt, Kyrie getting hurt, all of those things didn't happen. But for Nico Harrison, the dumbest guy alive, like he did it in a vacuum without ownership saying, hey, do this, right? It's not just one guy making this move, that no chance in hell. But for him, he's validated, at least in the moment. And you could say, all right, over 10 years, let's see what the track record is. Guess what? Show is right now. Scoreboard is what it is. Nico Harrison's going to take his victory lap because down the stretch, and the fourth quarter collapses time and again, right? That's when your guy or guys, and this is where I think LeBron's getting a little more of a pass, as I warned you he might in the grand scale, because it becomes about Luka, is that in the fourth quarter, again, minus 42, minus 6 tonight, in a quarter where you held the Timberwolves to 22, you still mustered just 16 points.
Yeah. It doesn't
pathetic,
make sense.
right?
Again, abject failure for this season has become a failure.
And what did I tell you? When we were talking about boredom and whatever, it's like, I still think there's some flaws. And certainly you have a lot of trust issues from old JJ Redick with the roster that was given to him by Rob Pelinka. And you had two guys that get no coffee because they sure as hell were not closers in this series. None for you, Doncic, and none for you, LeBron. Terrible.
Really,
where does he rank now all time? LeBron, how far does he fall?
This is an absolute failure. Although for LeBron, I will say this. No one person could have accomplished this by themselves. Yeah, this is where everybody, we're going to get to everybody here. LeBron and you, Luka, and you, Redick, and you, Pelinka, and you, Austin Reeves, and you, Gabe Vincent, for taking that 30-footer with 40 seconds left in the game. Yeah, all you guys.
JJ, Mike Harmon, Fox Sports Radio. You had 50 combined minutes played by your bench tonight. They scored a total of 4 points. Do you think you should have used them so much? And then I would duck.
Yeah, no, I know. Then they would grab you and throw you out. That's what would happen.
Do you think I'd have a size 14 whizzing past my head?
There goes Harmon. We're not going to see him again.
He walked off like he was Costanza.
Oh, what the season went from so much promise, so much everything, so much we can run the Western Conference to